Hey, welcome to Lead. Today I'm talking about something that's near and dear to my heart, and I think that when I look at elevation, this is something that we, as a church, it's a part of our culture. It's ingrained in who we are. And I started in ministry. One of the early things that I did was youth ministry, student ministry, and I'm gonna tell you, I loved it. I still love those middle schoolers and high schoolers and college. I mean, I love everybody, but I love to see the incredible potential in people's lives and know that potential can become a reality, and to see the energy and the passion that young people can display. And I love to see a young person who just has reckless abandonment to what and pursuit toward what God has for them. And wow. Love that. Love it. And so talking today about Elevation Church, one of our cultural dynamics that is important, again, ingrained in who we are, is generationally minded. We are generationally minded. Now, first of all, let me say this, that when I look out on Sunday, it's every age group that's represented. Certainly, there's probably some age groups that are more predominant than others, but I can look around, whatever service I'm in, and there's people who represent every age category. Millennials to boomers to some from the greatest generation, Generation X. That's where I'm at. I mean, I could pass for older, but that's where I'm at. But it's exciting to see that. Now, when I say generationally minded, here's what we realize is that there's a generation that's coming that myself, those that are in my age group that are older, every one of us that are adults, have a responsibility to hand this off to the next generation. It's not going to end with us. That our responsibility is that what we've received, that there are people that have went before us, that we stand on their shoulders and we've reached the places they haven't reached, that we're going to help others stand on our shoulders and reach where we never got to. That we're going to say there's a generation that this is so important, that it's so significant what we have, what's been handed to us, that we're going to give that to them. And we're going to do whatever we need to do to accommodate them. I mean, yes, there are some non-negotiables, we know that. But in methods, in strategies, in systems, we'll change those up so that we can help them see a God who loves them, who sent His Son for them, and who wants to reach this world. And so, being mindful of a generation that's coming. That means this: I'll set aside some of my preferences, some of the things that, well, I like that, but you know what? I want to find out what's going to be effective and what's going to be relatable to the next generation so that they'll embrace it. So we've spent a lot of time and effort, dollars in children's ministry, in middle school ministry. Our services are designed. We do modern music. Doesn't mean we don't ever do something that's old, but we do modern music. Our lighting, all the things that we do is set around this idea. We're going to lay aside personal preference so that we can be relatable and that we can reach out and help them to see that there's a God who loves them and will love them where they're at and will take them to a new elevation in Him. And I want to tell you, that's huge. It's huge that we embrace that. That we're not, well, we got to have it the way we've always had it because the way we've always had it is the way we like it, and so we're never going to change. That is the direction and the decision for a dying church, for a dying ministry. We're going to embrace that there's another generation coming, and we want to make sure that we're mindful of that, generationally minded. Wherever you're serving, if you're leading in ministry, if you're serving in ministry, if you're a part of Elevation Church, just know this: let's lay aside our druthers and our preferences and say, you know what? I'm so excited to see the next generation following Jesus, and I'm going to do all that I can to make that happen. We're mindful of the next generation, generationally minded. Be generationally minded.